Welcome to Cat and Raven Designs. I'm Cat.
And I'm Raven.
And today we are going to be making gingerbread soap.
Another holiday soap.
Yes.
This one is one of Cat's babies. So I'm gonna step back and I'm gonna be behind the camera tonight.
So we got our oils. We're going to start by adding our lye water with sodium lactate in it. So this one's going to be one of our simpler designs. I'm going to split off a little bit into a small little guy measuring cup. No oils escape. No soap escaping. Escape. For our little guy, we are going to be using Copper Penny from Nurture Soap. So I'm going to start with the spatula for now, just to get everything off the sides, because a little one up on the side.
Have we used Copper Penny by itself yet?
No, this is a first.
So, 1 year at my 9 to 5, they decided they were going to do a gingerbread house competition. And I work for a bank with a very recognizable motif. So I went ahead and made a gingerbread stagecoach, and it was huge. If I still have a picture of it somewhere, I'll put it up here in the video. So I made this massive gingerbread stagecoach with gingerbread horses and the whole thing. And we won. My team won the competition. And they haven't had the competition since, which I find extremely disappointing because I am very competitive and I want to compete again and I want to kick everybody's butts. But they haven't done it yet, but people still talk about the gingerbread stagecoach. Like when I moved apartments, they were like, "Oh, are you the one that did the gingerbread stagecoach?" And I'm like brushing off my shoulders like, "Why, yes, I did. Thank you." I see my reputation precedes me.
For the big one, because we're going to wait to do fragrances, we're going to be using Bronze Brown Mica and Copper Penny. This I'm going to go ahead and stick blend because, well, that's too dang big.
It's the big one.
It's the big one. Okay, there's the color I wanted. I don't even bother taking that out because
Gingerbread with Nature's Garden, which we went to go look up to double check whether or not it accelerated or how much it discolored, but apparently it's not on Nature's Garden's website anymore. Don't know why. Don't know where it went. So I'll check again when I'm going to edit this and see if it's back up. Maybe they just ran out of stock? I don't know, but it was suddenly not there anymore.
Hold up.
So funny story, we made a mistake in that video. So make sure you always check your fragrance oils, kids, because the one we used in the video is not skin safe. Whoops. There goes an entire batch of soap that we didn't realize there was something wrong with it for 2 weeks. Fantastic. So we are remaking it with a skin safe fragrance, which is Gingerbread from Candle Science, which is approved for soap, which is more than I can say for our previous mistake. So make sure you always check whether or not your fragrance oils are skin safe. Don't pull at us. We are going to keep the video because the result was still pretty, and this new loaf that we're going to be working on right now is going to look exactly the same, but we'll have skin safe fragrance oil. So, lesson learned.
I don't know what happened.
oh, and this smells fan-flipping-tastic.
Oh, it smells so good. Now I want to make gingerbread cookies.
So make some gingerbread cookies.
Look, don't tell me what to do.
You want to make gingerbread cookies? Make some gingerbread cookies.
It is 10 o'clock at night. We still have to finish this soap and pipe it and put embeds on it and spray it and then put it to bed. I don't have time to make gingerbread. Maybe tomorrow.
Okay, so we're gonna be kind of loosey-goosey with this in the pot swirl heat that I got going on in here. We're just gonna
You do you, Blueberry.
yes, I shall. So Kat here has some very specific ways that she can pour, and you guys can't see very well when she does it her way. So Raven's gonna pour this one. See, the thing is we learned very early on, like, you know, before we ever actually started doing this, to scrape our f***ing containers.
Are you throwing some shade right now, Miss Cat? Are you trying to throw some shade?
No, I am not.
Cat here to tell it's soaping tea.
It just irritates me when people don't scrape their containers.
Well,
they are wasting
sometimes
soap.
Maybe they scrape off camera. You don't know. I mean, I don't much like watching there being a bunch of soap left over either, but I like to think the best of people, and maybe they just scrape off camera.
Maybe.
Because it does take up a certain amount of time, especially if you want to scrape it really, really well.
We're now making our soap frosting, making sure our oils are nice and combined. Got our lye water solution that has some titanium dioxide mixed in. Pour that down. I want this frosting nice and white. Now just to wait for this to set up. So we're back and we're piping. Well, I'm piping, which, mind you, is not something I normally do.
Normally she makes me do it. I'm gonna learn you some piping, somehow. In her defense, though, I grew up with a mom who was a cake decorator, so I've been piping since I was a wee child.
Whereas, this is my first adventure in piping.
Watch your top of the bag. You want to keep your bag twisted, or it's gonna pop out the top. You've watched me do this enough, you should be okay. You're doing really good, though. I know you've been nervous about this, but you're doing really well. And it's okay to go a little wider with these so that they fill the gaps a little bit. There you go, just like that. Lovely. Good job. So if you could, down in the comments below, let Kat know she's doing a good job. This is her first time she's piped the entire soap by herself, and I think she is doing fantastic. So let's give her some love in the comments. Good job, Kat.
Does that mean I can do penis shapes on top?
No. They're gingerbread, not ginger dicks.
There's on the orange vanilla smoothie, or vanilla orange smoothie.
Okay, that was not what I was going for, and you know it.
Okay, so next up, we're going to take a little bit of some super sparkles. And just do a light dusting. Enough to give it that like kind of wintry wonderland feel. Shimmery without being over the top. Shocker, right?
Who are you?
We got these, which are gonna be going on top. And then we got these adorable little right here. This little adorable this little adorable yeah, we got adorable here. Poor Raven's gonna have to do so much editing now.
Why do you do this to me?
Fuck.
So next are these little gingerbread people.
You know, the adorable
Sure. And this is a mold from Nature's Garden. And we went ahead and did the melt and pour with the copper penny and the bronze, which we already used inside the soap. And then we just used some titanium dioxide with witch hazel to put the white on them.
Voila! Now that we have finished, got our lovely little gingerbread peoples chilling in the snow. Let them sit 18 to 24 hours, and we will be back tomorrow to cut these lovely f***ers. Poor Raven.
On a more serious note, we will catch you then.
Yeah. See you tomorrow.
Welcome back. Earlier in the video, you saw me talking about how we made a mistake with the fragrance oil. So we wanted to show you, these are some of the original bars from that mistake, which honestly, like, the difference in terms of the swirl and the base are not very pronounced. So here's one, here's another one, and here's a third one. So definitely could stand to have more of a difference in the colors. So this correction batch that we made, Kat did make some changes. She went ahead and instead of having the base be the bronze and the copper penny, the base was just brown iron oxide. She still had the swirl as the copper penny. So we're going to set up to go ahead and cut the updated loaf. But we wanted to make sure we kept the original video because that was the first time that Kat piped an entire loaf all by herself. She did also pipe this entire one by herself as well. But we just want to make sure we still had that original photo. So we're going to get set up to cut now.
This is a molded. Here is the side. You can't really see much of a swirl yet. So there was one other change I did other than the color. Oh, the color change in to the swirl. And you'll see that change coming up with this bar. I wanted to do a slightly darker green.
The original green on the left, the new green on the right.
And I'm saying I'm really liking this darker green. I think it feels more Christmassy. Yeah, that swirl, there's definitely a difference between the two colors now. And a contrast, and that is 100% what I wanted, was to have a bit of a contrast. Raven's gonna have to do so much editing because of me and my
I always do.
my mouth. I mean, not as nearly as much as this video.
Yeah,
apparently.
I don't know what is it with you and these little gingerbread guys, but they make you really foul-mouthed.
Honestly, I don't know what it is either. Maybe because it's just they're like
Ooh.
adorable as.
Look at that swirl. So pretty. I mean, it is cute. Very, very cute. You did a really good job with the piping. You did a good job with the whole thing. I'm very proud of you.
I hear a butt in there.
But I don't know if we have any video that it's going to have as much censoring as I've had to do on this video. Oh.
You're just giving her a target.
Yeah, it's just kind of how she functions, though. There's no way for me to escape it. And in case you're wondering why we are so concerned about the skin safeness of the fragrance, it's because they get tested for what makes up the fragrance oil, and certain ones just aren't considered skin safe. So we have an entire 20 bars that we can't sell, knowing that the fragrance oil is not safe for skin, because we don't want something to happen to somebody, especially now that we know. And I'm really glad that we found out before we started trying to sell those bars. It's just really disappointing to have lost an entire loaf. I mean, I'm really happy with how this redo came out. I think this is way closer to what you wanted, the original vision for it, but we can't risk something happening to somebody using those other bars, so
I'll use them. They're mine.
It's gonna smell like gingerbread for like the next 2 years.
Yes. Eat me.
Hate me, Seymour. You even poured this one.
Yeah.
This version.
Because we didn't film it, so I could pour whichever way I needed to be able to pour so that I didn't make a big old mess.
We haven't made soap that we didn't film in a really long time. It's been months. So last night when we made this redo loaf so that, you know, we could show you what the bars that are going to be available for purchase are actually going to look like. It was so weird, so foreign to be making soap and not be filming. And Kat basically did the entire process entirely by herself.
I measured the oils. I think you did the lye.
Yeah, I did the lye, and that was literally it. You did everything else. And normally it's very much a two-sided thing where we've got one of us doing one thing, the other one doing something else, so it's both of us working on it. But this time she basically did the whole thing herself. Oh, ooh, look at that.
F me.
That's pretty.
F me sideways.
I wonder if this is going to discolor. Candle Science's website didn't say whether or not their version discolored, so we'll see.
Look at that.
Nice.
Apparently this is the loaf that wanted to be like, let's do these pretty, oh my god. I'm having like a soapgasm here.
Ooh, some really good swirls on this one.
Because you can't have me without inappropriate shenanigans.
Basically, it's pretty much Kat in a nutshell.
I'm just like a walking, talking, inappropriate shenanigan.
Yeah, kind of. Man, I'm not going to argue with you there.
I'm walking, talking, editing nightmare.
That too. Solid.
So these are little white bits in here, and I mean, we didn't put any white in, but I kind of like it.
I think maybe you had some of the copper penny wasn't mixed up all the way. Because it seems to only be happening within the copper penny. Did you blend it?
I blended it.
Weird. Didn't do that last time.
I mean, it still looks pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it's not a bad thing. It looks neat.
Yeah.
It's unintentional. Happy accident.
Yes. We like our happy accidents.
Mm-hmm. Last one. Okay, so here is the finished, updated version of Gingerbread Dream, which is looking very cute with its little gumballs and gingerbread people. So this will be available about midway through November. So just keep an eye out for that. That'll be on our Instagram and Facebook. You can also pick it up at catandravendesigns.com, which is currently pointed to our Etsy shop. And we now officially, as of recording this, have access to the community tab in YouTube. So we'll probably be posting release dates there as well. By the time this goes up, we'll probably have had the community tab for a few weeks. But yeah, so this is looking good. So again, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. You know the whole YouTube thing. We really appreciate if you're able to do that for us. It helps a lot. And anything else you need to add in, Miss Cat?
Not if you want to edit more.
No, I'm good. So I guess you're done.
As promised, here is the update on how the bars look now. They've been curing for quite a while. I don't think they're going to get any darker than they are now. So there is definitely some discoloration. I wouldn't say it's significant, but there is some. And they've already been beveled with our homemade beveler. So they're looking really pretty. They smell really nice. And luckily, they are skin safe. So there's our update. And again, these will be available in our store at catandravendesigns.com if you want to go ahead and grab your bar. All right, bye everybody.